Hi, it's Mitch from Pick Dogs and SportsChatPlace.com. Doing double duty these days. Told him figure out the hell what we're doing, and I got the Puck Dogs with me. Rod has he's all stretched out. You see, he's got his hoodie on. He's been doing some calisthenics, warming up for the Canucks dance, and whatever it takes. And that's what I always say. People are like. People are like, "You're so superstitious." Exactly. It's
Yeah.
like, who's got the lucky shirt? Lucky underwear anyone? It's
Totally.
like, my wife's like, she's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I can't wear those pants." It's like,
They're not my good pants.
it's like, why not? It's like, I wore this combination for the Evansville Duke game a couple years ago. Speaking of Duke, how about NC State last night, man? Nailed it, right?
I think
Yeah,
Mike Moore.
I heard a lot of crying in the Facebook group about NC State, but I couldn't have I couldn't have been more adamant about it. I don't think, right? It was like I just didn't it just look like one of those spots. I mean, I don't know. Sometimes you just see a spot and it's just like I don't know, man. Duke's gonna get housed. It's like you can just tell, right? It's like so weird. Like other times it's like you think it's gonna happen. Like I had South Carolina. They didn't get it done on the money line. So my money line parlay that I said to round robin yesterday was South Carolina, NC State, Michigan, and Syracuse. So if you round robin those four teams, you made a ton of money if you money line those four teams round robin. South Carolina covered the spread in that one as well. So if you played it that way, I gave out Richmond. Georgia Tech was the other team that I said was going to money line win. I believe they won, right? As well against Wake. I couldn't watch the end of the game. It was gruesome. I mean, if you can sit through 32 minutes of a Georgia Tech Wake game, oh my God, man. That is like it's like you can either my wife's like either you can it's like can you help me with this? It's like I'm watching Georgia Tech Wake. It's like you know what? I'll come help you. It's like that thing. Oh my God. It's like why bother? So before we get started, there's some interesting news here, and it's called more NFL football. Okay. It's like first they wanted less NFL football because it was like more commercials, longer time in between plays, and running clocks and things like that, right? So it's less football. And then they just decided we've killed so much football.
Let's add more.
Let's add some more football. So they're going to add a 17th game, take away one preseason game,
That's good.
and add another playoff team, which I don't love this one, and they're going to take away one of the buys for the opening week. And here's a novel idea: pay the players that are on the team with the bye their playoff salary. So it's like instead of practicing all week and everything for free and penalizing you because you got the best record, you got to buy, you actually get paid for it. I mean, sometimes you kind of got to wonder what the hell's going on, right? It's like how they figure these things out. But it is more football. So that I believe in the CBA that the playoff is a done deal. The 17 games is the owners have incentivized the players. So I would think that they're going to do it because they're going to get more money, $5 billion to play the extra game in the deal. So I'll give you $5 billion to play a 17th game because the rev share is like 47% is what the players get, but it will go to 48.5% if they go to a 17th game. The owners have put that out there, which is a lot more than I thought the owners would be willing to give, to be honest with you. So we graciously accept your offer. That's what I would say to that one. But I think there's more to it than that. But anyway, speaking of more to it, we got a bunch of games today, of course. It's Thursday, so we kind of have a mishmash of college basketball. Not saying not a lot of games. For some reason, when I was going through doing the videos, I left off Arizona versus Oregon State. I mean, that's not one I would normally leave off, but it was unintentional, but I didn't do it. So it's open for discussion. In the NHL, we've got a light schedule, I believe. No?
8 games.
8 games. Let's get started. Penguins, Leafs, Devils, Sharks, Canadiens, Capitals, and Blue Jackets, Flyers. Chris, show me the money.
So I'll get this one out of the way. I'm going to take Toronto minus 115 against Pittsburgh. I know Toronto got shellacked by the Penguins, and the Penguins are the better team playing better hockey. But living in this market, I can see all the scrutiny the Leafs are under, and the coach calling out his team after the game, saying that there's a lack of defensive effort, this, that, and the other, and then running them ragged at practice. I think they're going to play with a chip on their shoulder in this game, so I'm going to take Toronto. Lean. I like San Jose plus 110 against New Jersey. Two teams going nowhere fast, but the Sharks have won 6 of the last 7 in New Jersey, 5 of the last 6 against the Devils, and they've won their last 4 road games, so I'll take a shot with the plus money. I like Washington on the puck line against Montreal. Montreal couldn't beat Detroit once this season, and you expect me to back the Habs against the Capitals team that's still one of the best in the league? Yeah, no thanks. I'll take Washington on the puck line here. And I'll take Philadelphia at even money against Columbus. I just need to see Columbus snap out of this funk before I back them. And even though Philly is a different team on the road, they're still playing decent hockey. So I'll take Philadelphia at even money here.
Rod is a new puppy daddy. So he's got the bags under his eyes. That's why.
That's why.
It's like having a kid, except. I don't know. At least the kid has a diaper. Anyways, Rod, what's up?
Exactly. Are you a little Rod? Yeah. So San Jose at Jersey. Give me the Sharks. Sharks are like 6-1 in New Jersey in their last 7 games, and the Sharks are 4-2 straight up. They've been trying after the All-Star break. So give me the Sharks. I like the Flyers to beat up on Columbus again. Give me the Flyers on the puck line, minus 1.5, plus 305. And give me the Penguins again. I don't trust this Leafs team. Penguins look good beating them up. I think they're going to beat them up again. I'll take the Pens on the money line, and I'm going to sprinkle a little bit on the Pens on the puck line, plus 250. And Montreal at the Capitals, I think Washington gets off their losing streak and finally gets a win and beats up on lowly Montreal. Give me Washington on the puck line, plus 135.
Then we can round it out here. Just finish off the hockey while we're here. We got Winnipeg against Ottawa. That, like, as a U.S. sports fan, might be one of the least attractive matchups there could be out there. And as a non-NHL person, this would be the one that I would be like, they have teams there. It's like I wouldn't even know. Arizona, St. Louis, Tampa Bay at Vegas. This seems like I don't know, man. Is Vegas ready to roll here? It's kind of like I think Vegas has a chance. And then Florida against Los Angeles. I'm going to say right now, I think Vegas Capitals rematch in the finals of 2 years ago. That's what I'm saying. I'm sticking to it. I'm going to stick to it until they're both gone or one is gone. Rod, what do you think of these 4 games? And you got that Winnipeg-Ottawa game. Are you just dialed in on that thing? Is that just like...
Yep, give me the Jets. Ottawa played a good game last game out, but I think the Jets come in here. They need to win more. Jets are going to come in and get themselves a win. Give me the Jets on the money line. And the Coyotes and the Blues. Give me the Blues. I think the Coyotes are on a back-to-back. They played Dallas last night. Now you got to travel into St. Louis from Dallas. That's a long way to go. Give me the Blues on the puck line. Tampa and Vegas. I'm gonna still ride with Tampa until they lose. They're they're just on fire. Give me Tampa on the money line. Give me a good game. And Panthers at the Kings. I think this Kings team is just checked right out. Give me the Panthers minus 1.5 on the puck line there. I think they beat up on the Kings.
How about you, Chris? What are you thinking here? What I'm doing right now, in case anyone's noticing what I'm looking at, I'm just sharing the show. I'm just out on social media, just sharing it around to different places. I'm like, I got too much stuff going on. It's like, So go through your games. We'll come back with a little brief, whatever, and then we'll get in. We got NBA and college hoops still. So go ahead, Chris. I'm gonna get back to whatever it is I'm doing. Whatever it is the hell I do around here.
Yeah, I can't get a read on this Ottawa Winnipeg game, so I'm just gonna take a shot on Ottawa plus 120. I'm not betting this game, but just based on value, and Ottawa played well at home last time, I'll take a shot with the Senators. I like St. Louis minus 1.5 against Arizona as well. Arizona's been historically bad on the second half of a back-to-back, and the Coyotes haven't been good on the road either. Now you have to go on the road to play the defending champions who are starting to get their groove back. Yeah, I'll take St. Louis by here. I like Tampa Bay minus 120 against Vegas too. I passed on a low line with Tampa Bay last time out against Colorado, and it burned me. So I'm not going to let it go by again. I'll take Tampa Bay minus 120. And I'm on Florida minus 133. I also think LA is checked out for the year. They're done. So even on a back-to-back, I'll take Florida here.
Okay, so yesterday on the show I said, email me if you have, if you want to help us keep stats. And I got about 25 to 30 emails about people wanting to do that, which is awesome. The first person that emailed me was Brennan. So I'm going to have Brennan give it a shot. He's going to give it a start. If he's no good, we'll give him the axe. Or we'll tell him to change the way he's doing it. One or the other. And I'll talk to him and we'll figure out exactly how we're going to go about doing this. How we're going to, what different categories we're going to have. Because like we talk about all the time, we have games that we kind of really like. And then we have games, I have my premium picks, so I don't even give those out on the show. We have games we really like. We have games that we're kind of just going over. I'll say, oh, this is a big game. What do you guys think of this? And then we have other leans, and then we have, parlays and things like that. Like yesterday, I gave out that 4-team money line parlay, but I also said round robin it, so it was way plus money because that NC State on the money line was part of it. Just that alone would have covered everything else. And also, my 2-team parlay on pick dogs hit yesterday too, really easily. I think both those teams won by about 50 points each. So those parlays haven't been the best. I've kind of been, I honestly, I can't go into a lot of detail as to everything that's happened behind the scenes, but I will just say that my head hasn't been 100% in it. I've loved building pick dogs. And it is my site, right? It's our site, it's our community, it's all about everybody. And it's something that it's the beginning of something that I've always wanted to do because it's 100% mine. I don't have any conflict of interest. I don't have anything like that. I can do basically whatever I want, and I have the best team of people I've ever had to start with. So it makes things easy because a lot of those things, the pieces are all in place. You're going to see a new Sports Chat Place probably today or tomorrow. It's going to be the same. It's still Sports Chat Place. It's still going to look the same colors. It's just going to have a different look to it. We redid the whole site from top to bottom. We had to. It's just the way that we do things. And then once that's in place, the next piece of the puzzle will be the multi-capper, handicapper site where you can get Rod's best picks, my best picks, Chris's best picks, and some of the other guys' best picks, Steve Monahan and some other people as well. Probably not as many of the guys that you see on some of the other sites. It's just the direction that I would rather go, keep it kind of within us, and we'll go from there. And then after that, then you'll start to really see different things. I've talked to some different people. I talked to Wade from Doc Sports yesterday about the direction that they're going with video, and quite frankly, I think Wade's actually, as much as we've disagreed on things in the past, I think he is actually a pretty good guy underneath it all. But, I think he's lacks vision in some areas, and that's, where we differ. But anyways, and I told him that. I told him, so, you're just not good at the creative stuff. Anyways, but we got a lot of sports today. We got NBA up. NBA is back. I think it's almost like the season's starting over again. But you have to, there's certain teams that were really hot going into the break. There were certain teams that were really cold going into the break. And then there's other teams that kind of needed the break. Like the Miami Heat, they just needed the break. They were playing really hot, then they got sort of cold. Do teams go back to how they were playing, at the beginning of the season? Did they go back to how they were playing before the break? We also had all those trade deadline deals over the past week before the break. So now those players have had a chance to practice and get healthy and do all those things with their new teams as well. So just a lot of factors here. Bucks, Pistons, Heat, Hawks, Nets, Sixers. Of these three, the Sixers at home have just been really good. It's like I'm not going to get away from it. The Sixers have been not good on the road, really good at home. I think the rest and everything probably going to help them. The Nets, I could take it or leave it. They are 25 and 28, so they're not as bad as we think they are, but I don't care. It's a lean at best, but I'll take the Sixers here. How about you guys, Chris?
Yeah, the only game I was kind of looking at was the Atlanta plus 6.5 against the Heat, just with the way that the Heat entered the break. But like you said, maybe the break did the Heat some good. I would lean towards Atlanta and the points just because Atlanta's been doing well against the number at home. But outside of that, I'm probably not touching anything in the first half of the card.
How about you, Rod?
I like the Bucks. Give me the Bucks. I like the Heat. Heat game over. Heat in Atlanta over 230.5. And give me the 76ers at home. They've just been rolling at home. How can you not go wrong with that?
You got the Chicago Bulls laying 5 points against a professional basketball team, which is always interesting. They're playing the Hornets. So you got the Rockets laying 10 against the Warriors. This was the Christmas battle that the Rockets were winning, and then all of a sudden they drew a line in the sand, and the Warriors came back. And then the Kings against the Grizz. The Kings opened up as a 1.5 point favorite. They're now a 1 point dog in this one. If you watch Sports Chat Plays, they may have been my dog of the day. But anyways, I don't know. I think these three games are pretty interesting as well. It's almost like having to start over again, though, right? It's like they took too much time off. It's like who knows what we're going to see on the court, but we are going to see probably healthier teams than we've seen in a while. Chris, what are you looking at here?
Yeah, the only game I was looking at was that Memphis game. I like Memphis laying the point. I just think Sacramento's in a little bit of turmoil right now. Buddy Hield wants out, and there's a lot of dysfunction going on within that team. Memphis has legitimate playoff aspirations. I think that maybe they'll start the second half on the right foot, so I'll take Memphis here.
Rod, what are you looking at?
I'm looking at. I think I'll take Houston and lay that big number. I think Houston comes in Golden State and gets the win and the cover off the break. The Memphis game is kind of like, yeah, I'm not going to stay. And the Bulls, I'm not laying 5 with the Bulls. And I don't want Charlotte either. That's a pass for me for sure.
Nothing wrong with a pass on that game.
So give me Houston minus the 10.5. And I'll pass on the Bulls game and the Memphis game.
All right. Well, we got a full card of college hoops today. It's what I call the variety pack. We have our normal Pac-12 West Coast Conference games. We also got a little AAC sprinkled in, a little Big Ten sprinkled in. So pretty solid. Ohio Valley, Missouri Valley, America East, Big South, Big Sky. How about the Atlantic Sun battle, man? This is, to me, the North Florida versus Liberty game is really, I think that's a massive game. I mean, I know it's not going to decide the tournament berth, for the NCAA tournament because only one of these teams will go. But how interesting is this game when you have, this Liberty team that has this huge record, and then you have this North Florida team that played big out of conference, So, you guys know I've been on the Osprey all season since day one. I took them against Florida with the points in game 1, and I've rode them all season. Chris, any thoughts on North Florida versus Liberty? I think to me, this is the best game on the card. I mean, it's a ton of points. That is way too many. I think North Florida could win that.
North Florida was the game that I had on my board, actually, coming into this one. You're going to give me 9 points. The team is 12-2 against the spread on the road and 8-2 against the spread in their last 10. Yeah, you don't have to say much more than that. I'll take my 9 points.
Yeah, exactly. Give me the 9 points.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you guys there. I think everyone knew that. How many games are you looking at today, Chris, in college hoops?
An additional 4.
How about you, Rod?
7.
All right, Chris, start us with 2.
All right, the first 2 I like are going to go both in the Pac-12. I like Stanford plus the 2 against Washington. I know Washington's at home. Stanford hasn't been playing, the same basketball they were playing to start conference play. But I just don't think Washington should be laying points to anybody with the way they've been playing, so I'll take Stanford with the free bucket. And I like Southern Cal plus 9.5 against Colorado. This is just another case for me, I think, of too many points. USC's been playing well on the road. 8-1 against the spread on the road this season, 8-2 against the spread in their last 10 games. I can see Colorado winning this game, but not by 9.5. I'll take USC plus 9.5 here.
Rod, you want to give us your first 4?
Stanford was one of those. I like Stanford as well. Both teams not so great on the year, but Washington's even worse. So give me Stanford plus the 1.5. I also like Pepperdine at Portland. Give me Pepperdine minus 7.5. Portland's just been brutal. They're like 1-8-1 versus the West Coast Conference. So give me Pepperdine in that one. Pepperdine's 5-1 their last 6. I also like Wright State at Youngstown. Give me Wright State. It was minus 6 last I seen. Wright State's 8-1. Youngstown's 0-5. Last straight up versus Wright State. So give me Wright State. And another one I'm looking at, South Alabama at App State. South Alabama's been playing some pretty good ball. I'll take South Alabama plus the 3 to continue their 4-game win streak over App State.
I like South Alabama in that one as well. I think they got a chance to win it outright. Chris, you want to come back with your next 2?
Yeah, I like Northern Iowa laying the 3 points against Indiana State. I just think Northern Iowa is the better team, and they've been playing well on the road this season, so I'll take Northern Iowa minus 3. And I'll lay 2.5 with Iowa against Ohio State. Just boils down to another home team playing well in the Big Ten. I just don't think Ohio State has what it takes to hang on the road, and I just like the way Iowa's been playing at home, so I'll take Iowa minus 2.5.
Rod, you want to bring us home with the last 4 there?
Yeah, I'm on Northern Iowa as well. I like Northern Iowa minus the 3.5 there over Indiana State. Give me Northern Kentucky at Cleveland State. I think Northern Kentucky can easily win that by double digits. And the last one I'm on, South Florida at Wichita. I think that's way too many points at Wichita. South Florida plus 10. South Florida got a great D, and I'm not sure they're going to win this game outright, but they'll definitely keep it closer than 10. With their one of the best Ds in the country on South Florida, holding teams to 61 points a game. Give me South Florida plus 10.
No, you didn't mention Hofstra in your picks, did you? Against Drexel? Any
No,
reason?
that's automatic though. Give me Hofstra.
Any
I don't
reason?
know.
Like, because I would think that would be like one of the first on your list today. I like I like I like Southern Illinois against Evansville. I didn't give that as a premium pick, but I certainly like that one a lot. Think that I think Georgia State money line against Texas Arlington. I don't understand why Texas Arlington is favored in that game. Doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I like Arizona State against Oregon on the money line as well. I think they win this thing. And I think UCLA against Utah as well. Utah's been really strong at home, but kind of like what I said about Rutgers yesterday. It's like Rutgers is not a 17 and is not an 18-0 at home team. They're just not, right? It's like, and they're not gonna be, right? Because they lost now. But you know, it's hard for me to say, and I said this in the video as well. But UCLA is playing pretty well recently. They're 7-3 in the last 10 games. I know Utah has been money at home, but they haven't been great. This has not been a good Utah team. So I do have a 5-team money line parlay round robin again, as for our closeout of the show. Any other games on the board that you considered that weren't in your best bets, Chris?
A couple. I was looking at that UCLA game. I was going to take the bucket with UCLA as well.
Plus 140 on the money line in that game.
Yeah, and I could definitely see UCLA winning on the money line as well. I like that Georgia State game, and I do like Arizona State. It wasn't one of my better plays of the day.
I always look at value. I don't always look at who's the easiest win. I look at value too, and sometimes it bites me in the ass. Sometimes it's a big payer, like yesterday with NC State. Rod, anything else on this board that we got?
No, those are what I like today so far.
All right. Well, we got a pretty quick show then today. Chris, you're up.
All right, so we'll start on the ice. I like Toronto minus 115 against Pittsburgh. San Jose plus 110 against New Jersey. Washington minus 1.5 against Montreal. Philadelphia at even money against Columbus. Ottawa plus 120 against Winnipeg. St. Louis minus 1.5 against Arizona. Tampa Bay minus 120 against Vegas. And Florida minus 133 against LA. My 2-team puck line parlay. Washington minus 1.5 and St. Louis minus 1.5. College basketball. I like North Florida plus 9 against Liberty. Stanford plus 2 against Washington. USC plus 9.5 against Colorado. Northern Iowa minus 3 against Indiana State. And Iowa minus 2.5 against Ohio State. And NBA, the lone game I like there, I like Memphis in pick 'em against Sacramento.
Rod?
Okay, we'll start in NHL. Like San Jose over Jersey. Give me San Jose on the money line. Flyers at Columbus. Give me the Flyers on the puck line minus 1.5. Montreal, Washington. Give me Washington on the puck line. Like the Pens on the money line. Sprinkle a little on the puck line. Like the Jets over Ottawa. Give me the Blues on the puck line over the Coyotes. Give me Tampa Bay on the money line. And give me the Panthers on the money line and on the puck line. My puck line parlay for the day. I'm going Flyers, Pens, Blues, all on the puck line. And NBA, I like the Bucks minus 14. I like Heat in Atlanta over 230.5. I like the 76ers minus 8 and Houston minus 10.5. College hoops, give me Stanford plus 1.5. Give me Pepperdine minus 7.5. Give me Wright State minus 6. Give me South Alabama plus 3. Northern Iowa minus 3.5. Northern Kentucky minus 7.5 over Cleveland State. And give me South Florida plus 10. For me, my 3-team birdcage in college hoops. Give me South Alabama plus 3. Give me South Florida plus 10. And give me Stanford plus 1.5.
I'm up. All right. I actually today have 2 parlays. One is a 3-team college basketball birdcage, and that's going to be Hofstra, Vermont, and Southern Illinois, all against the spread. I don't care if the spread jumps 1.5 for any of those teams from where it's at now. I still like it. So whatever number you get, I love it. Anyways, I'm gonna do a 5-team money line round robin parlay in college basketball. North Florida, Georgia State, Arizona State, UCLA, and South Alabama. North Florida at plus 400, Georgia State plus 110, Arizona State plus 115. UCLA is plus 140, and South Alabama plus 130. So round robin money line parlay, along with the 3-team against the spread college basketball birdcage. We'll bring the guys back in. So, guys, it was another successful show. I failed to grovel to hit the thumbs up today. We're going to let it slide. Rod's got company. He's got a puppy there. Who is this?
This is Benny.
This is Benny,
Benny
named after Bennington, is my guess, for the St. Louis
Yep.
Blues.
This here is Benny, the little rugrat.
Oh, look at him, man. What a sweet dog there. He's just, his feet are too big for his body, but
I know,
I
yeah.
have a feeling he's going to grow into those for you.
Yeah.
So, good luck with him. Oh, man, what a good dog he is, right?
Yeah.
Good boy. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
Just chilling.
have a great day, everyone, and we'll be back tomorrow. Hope that dog bites. Have a great day.
Yeah.